Egypt.
Egypt?
And so why'd they stop again in Egypt?
Pyramids?
Francis, Egypt. Why Egypt?
Egypt, a land steeped in history, a cradle of civilization. From the majestic pyramids that pierce the sky to the vibrant Nile River that flows through its heart, Egypt offers a captivating blend of ancient wonders and modern marvels. Welcome to a journey like no other. Today, we dive into the heart of Egypt, a land where ancient history meets vibrant culture. From the golden temples of Luxor to the timeless beauty of Aswan, every corner reveals wonders that take your breath away. Dive into the crystal-clear waters of Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh, or unwind on the sunlit shores of New Alamein and the North Coast. But this podcast isn't just about discovering Egypt. It's also about improving your English. As you listen, you'll practice understanding real conversations, all while enjoying stunning videos and breathtaking shots of Egypt's most amazing places. If you're excited to learn and explore with us, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Today, we have a special guest from Egypt to bring this incredible country to life. Are you ready to explore the magic, the history, and the heart of Egypt? Let's get started. I'm thrilled to have a special guest with me, Mohammed, who is from Egypt. Welcome, Mohammed.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here and share a bit about my country with you.
Let's start with the basics. Egypt is such a fascinating place. When people hear Egypt, they immediately think of the pyramids and the pharaohs. But what do you think defines Egypt today?
That's true. Most people think of ancient Egypt first, but modern Egypt is just as vibrant. I'd say the heart of Egypt is its people. We're known for being warm, friendly, and very proud of our heritage. And Cairo, the capital, is this huge mix of history and modern life. You'll find ancient mosques next to skyscrapers and bustling markets.
That sounds incredible. Speaking of Cairo, it's famous for being busy and full of life. What's it like living in a city like that?
It's definitely lively. There's a saying, Cairo never sleeps. You'll find coffee shops open at midnight, people in the streets, and traffic, always traffic. But it's also a place where you feel connected, like everyone is part of a big family. Even in the chaos, there's a lot of charm.
I'd love to visit someday. Now, we can't talk about Egypt without mentioning food. Tell us about Egyptian cuisine. What are the must-try dishes?
Egyptian food is amazing. Some of the must-tries are al-kosheri, which is a mix of rice, pasta, lentils, chickpeas, and tomato sauce. It's like comfort food for Egyptians. Then there's al-ful al-madamis, a simple dish made of fava beans, usually eaten for breakfast. Oh, and for dessert, you have to try al-basbousa or kanafa.
That sounds delicious. I've heard that food is often a big part of gatherings in Egypt.
Absolutely. Food brings people together, especially during special occasions like Ramadan, weddings, or family dinners. Egyptians are very hospitable. If you visit someone's home, they'll make sure you leave full.
That's so heartwarming. Now, let's talk about one of Egypt's biggest attractions, the pyramids. What's it like to visit them in person?
Seeing the pyramids is magical. Pictures don't do them justice. They're massive, and when you stand next to them, you can't help but wonder how they were built thousands of years ago. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the last standing wonder of the ancient world, which is pretty amazing.
It really is. But Egypt is more than just pyramids. What other places would you recommend visiting?
Definitely. There's Luxor and Aswan in the south, where you'll find temples like Karnak and Abu Simbel. Then there's Alexandria on the Mediterranean coast, which has a more European vibe. And for nature lovers, the The White Desert and the Red Sea resorts like Sharm and Hurghada are incredible.
Wow, so much diversity. How about festivals or cultural events? Are there any that stand out?
We have a lot of celebrations. Ramadan is a very special time. It's not just about fasting, it's also about community, charity, and lots of delicious food at sunset. Another unique event is the Sun Festival at Abu Simbel, where sunlight illuminates the statues inside the temple twice a year. It's incredible.
That's fascinating. Before we wrap up, let's talk about language. Arabic is the official language of Egypt, right?
Yes, Egyptian Arabic is what we speak every day. It's a bit different from classical Arabic, which you'll hear in formal settings or read in the Quran. Egyptian Arabic is actually widely understood across the Arab world, thanks to Egyptian movies and music.
That's so cool. Speaking of music, Egypt has such a rich musical heritage. Do you have a favorite artist or style of music?
Oh, there are so many. Modern pop singers like Amro Diab are super popular, but traditional music, like the songs of Kulthum, is timeless. And today, there's a growing rap and hip-hop scene in Egypt too.
I love how diverse Egypt's culture is. I've heard Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh are must-visit destinations. What can you tell us about them?
Absolutely, they're two of Egypt's top spots for beach lovers and adventure seekers. Let's start with Hurghada. It's on the Red Sea coast and is famous for its crystal-clear waters, coral reefs, and marine life. It's a paradise for snorkeling and diving. In fact, the Red Sea has some of the best diving sites in the world, like Gifton Island and Abu Ramada.
That sounds incredible. So, if I visit Hurghada, it's all about the underwater adventures?
Not just underwater. There are plenty of other activities too. You can go on desert safaris, ride camels, or explore the Bedouin villages. Hurghada also has a vibrant nightlife with beach clubs and live music.
That's great to know. And what about Sharm el-Sheikh? How is it different?
Sharm is also on the Red Sea but further south on the Sinai Peninsula. It's a bit more luxurious, with high-end resorts and stunning beaches. It's perfect for relaxing, but it's also famous for diving and snorkeling, especially at Ras Mohammed National Park and the Straits of Tiran. The underwater scenery there is breathtaking.
It sounds like a dream. But is Sharm el-Sheikh just for luxury travelers?
Not at all. While there are upscale resorts, there are plenty of options for every budget. It's also a popular destination for families because of the calm waters and entertainment options. Plus, you can enjoy activities like quad biking in the desert or hiking Mount Sinai if you're up for an adventure.
Wow, both places sound like they offer a perfect mix of relaxation and excitement. If someone could only visit one, which would you recommend?
That's a tough choice. Hurghada has a more laid-back, authentic vibe, while Sharm feels more modern and cosmopolitan. If you're into diving, you can't go wrong with either. But if you want a mix of luxury and adventure, Sharm might edge out a little.
I'd probably want to visit both. Thank you for those amazing insights, Mohammed. It really shows that Egypt has something for everyone.
Definitely. Whether you love history, beaches, or just good food and friendly people, Egypt has it all.
We've talked about the Red Sea and its amazing destinations, but Egypt also has a Mediterranean coast. I've heard the North Coast and Alamein City are becoming very popular. Can you tell us more about them?
Absolutely. The North Coast, or Sahel as we call it, is a stunning stretch of Mediterranean coastline. It's known for its turquoise waters, white sandy beaches, and a relaxed atmosphere. It's especially popular during the summer months when Egyptians and tourists flock there to escape the heat.
That sounds like a great summer getaway. What's the vibe like there?
It's definitely more laid back, but also very trendy. You'll find luxury resorts, private beach compounds, and lively beach clubs. Places like Marassi, Hacienda, and Diplo are known for their upscale vibes and parties, while some areas are quieter and more family-friendly.
And what about Alamein City? I've been hearing a lot about it lately.
Yes, New Alamein City is a recent development, and it's transforming the North Coast into more than just a summer destination. It's a modern city with skyscrapers, luxurious hotels, and even cultural landmarks. It's designed to be a year-round hub for living, tourism, and business.
That's really interesting. Is there much history in the area too?
Definitely. Alamein is actually very famous for its role in World War II. There's the El Alamein War Museum, which showcases the battles that took place there, and the Commonwealth Cemetery, which is a memorial to the soldiers who fought. It's a moving experience to visit these places.
So, Alamein offers both history and modern luxury?
Exactly. You can enjoy a day at the beach and then visit these historical sites or explore the vibrant new city. It's also home to amazing concerts and events, especially during the summer.
Wow, Egypt's diversity really amazes me. From ancient wonders to modern cities, it seems like there's always something new to discover.
That's the beauty of Egypt. Whether you're looking for relaxation, history, adventure, or luxury, you can find it here.
Egypt just keeps surprising me. We've talked about beaches, cities, and ancient history, but I know Egypt has some incredible desert landscapes. Can you tell us about Siwa Oasis and the white and black deserts? I've heard they're like stepping into another world.
Absolutely. These places are completely unique and give you a totally different flavor of Egypt. Let's start with Siwa Oasis. It's in the western desert, near the border with Libya, and it's one of the most beautiful and remote spots in Egypt. Siwa is famous for its natural springs, salt lakes, and palm groves. It's like a green paradise in the middle of the desert.
That sounds amazing. What's the culture like in Siwa?
Siwa is very special because it has its own distinct culture. The locals are mainly Berber, and they've preserved their language, traditions, and way of life for centuries. It's a slower pace of life, very peaceful. And while you're there, you can visit the Temple of the Oracle of Amun, where even Alexander the Great is said to have sought advice.
Wow, so Siwa has both natural beauty and history. And what about the salt lakes you mentioned?
Oh, they're stunning. The salt lakes are bright blue and surrounded by white salt formations. The water is so salty that you can float effortlessly, like in the Dead Sea. It's a very relaxing experience, and the salt is said to have healing properties.
I'm sold. Now, let's move to the White Desert. I've seen pictures, and it looks almost like a landscape from another planet.
That's a perfect description. The White Desert is in the Farafra Depression, and it's famous for its dramatic chalk rock formations. Over millions of years, wind and sand have sculpted these formations into strange shapes. Some look like mushrooms, animals, or even human figures. When the sunlight hits them, they glow white, creating an otherworldly atmosphere.
That must be incredible to see in person. What do people usually do when they visit?
Most visitors go on desert safaris. You camp under the stars, explore the formations, and enjoy the quiet of the desert. It's a magical experience, especially at night when the sky is so clear you can see thousands of stars.
And what about the Black Desert? How is it different?
The Black Desert is nearby, and it's completely different from the White Desert. The sand and hills are covered with black volcanic rocks, giving it a dark, mysterious look. It's like stepping into a different world entirely. People usually visit both the Black and White Deserts on the same trip because they're so close.
That sounds like such a unique adventure. So, if someone wants to experience something beyond Egypt's beaches and cities, this would be the place to go.
Exactly. It's perfect for those who love nature, adventure, and something off the beaten path. Egypt isn't just about pyramids and luxury resorts, there's so much natural beauty and diversity here. The Western Desert really shows a side of Egypt that not everyone knows about.
It really does sound like Egypt has it all. Let's talk about tourism in general. Egypt has so much to offer, from beaches to deserts and ancient history. How affordable is it for people to visit?
That's a great question. One of the best things about visiting Egypt is that it's very affordable compared to many other tourist destinations, especially if you plan wisely. Whether you're a budget traveler or looking for luxury, you'll find options for all price ranges.
Can you give us an idea of what expenses might look like for travelers?
Sure. For budget travelers, accommodation can be very cheap, especially if you stay in hostels or guest houses. A night in a decent hostel could cost as little as $10 to $20. For mid-range travelers, boutique hotels or 3-star accommodations might be $30 to $70 per night, while luxury resorts in places like Sharm or the North Coast can range from $100 to $300 or more.
That's not bad at all. Mohammed, this has been such an enlightening conversation. We've covered everything from Egypt's rich history and culture to its stunning natural wonders and affordability. Before we sign off, what's one message you'd like to leave our listeners with about Egypt?
I'd say Egypt is more than just a destination, it's an experience. Whether you're walking through ancient temples, floating in the Red Sea, or sharing a meal with locals, you'll feel the warmth of the people and the incredible history everywhere you go. Egypt has something for everyone, and it's waiting to welcome you.
Thank you so much, Mohammed, for sharing your insights. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with friends. In our next episode, we'll be exploring another incredible country, so stay tuned.